So for some of you who don't know, I am the illustrious Perry James, and you're watching Hashtag Truth with Scott Larson. Cut! Somebody get that Zuckerberg guy on the phone. We gotta get Larson shut down.
Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground because you never had the courage. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Future Titans of Wrestling. Let me introduce myself. I am the Asian sensation. I've been everywhere. I have seen everything. There's not a move I can't counter. There's not a strategy that I can't defeat. You've got problems and I've got solutions. Give me a call because I am the ultimate solutions provider. September 19th. September 19th, the debut show for Future Titans of Wrestling. And you know what? I'll be there. I will be there. But I'm not coming alone. Oh no. I am bringing global domination with me. King Enterprises will be there. And we'll be watching and we'll be playing. You want to know who they are? Do you want to know who they are? Well, come. September 19th, Mooney's Lounge. And you will see King Enterprises and Global Domination walk away with every single belt available. We will be the champion of champions. I will be the manager of champions. The future of wrestling lies with the Asian sensation and King Enterprises. Future Titans of Wrestling, if you want success, you gotta come through me. Peace be the journey.
All right, he sounds like he knows what he's doing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight we have the one, the only, Mr. Brian Nix. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, Scott. How about yourself?
I am doing great. First question right off the bat. I saw it on your Facebook page. You had moved away. You are now back in North Carolina. Tell us the story.
Yeah, I moved away. I moved to Pennsylvania. I thought it was time for a change of scenery, if you would. Just try to get my personal life in order. Well, some things happened, and I moved back to North Carolina. Everything is absolutely fantastic now, and I am back in the Carolinas, and I'm ready to go full force.
All right. So all of you bookers out there, get ready. Brian Nix is back in North Carolina. I like that, man. I like that. Now, I have to ask you, I think I asked you this the last time you were on, but my wife keeps bringing it up, so I'm going to have to ask you one more time. You have shedded the name Nick the Stick. Explain what happened there.
Well, I started off as just a fan. I went to the very first ever USA Main Event Wrestling show. Just there with a couple of friends, and my parents were there as well. All of a sudden, there's this guy named Vic the Bruiser comes out.
Nice.
And they're just choosing somebody from the crowd. And, I'm sitting there raising my hand because, I've always loved professional wrestling. I always loved it. I was a huge fan. They actually called on me, and I was like, holy crap. Like, this is amazing. And then I got up there next to the guy, and I'm like, I am going to get my tail and handed to me. Well, I had to sign a waiver. And then
he's not responsible, right?
Yeah, exactly. A guy in the crowd, because Matthew Burton asked me, he's like, what's your name? I was like, I couldn't think of anything, so I just said Nick. So a guy in the audience stood up, he looks like a stick. And everybody's like, Nick the Stick. And it stuck.
Oh my goodness, that's great. That's great.
Fast forward a little bit into my career, it just started to die off. So I came up with a new me. I restarted, rebranded, new look, new name, new style.
There you go. I like it. I like it. I have to tell you, I like it a lot. So now you are Brian Nix. Explain the new gimmick.
Well, basically, this isn't really a gimmick.
Okay.
This is just me this is me who I really am.
Okay.
You know, I'm just a guy who was raised out in the boonies.
You knew you were going to get some of these, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Roberts.
I was a guy, you know, raised in the boonies, you know, hard work, farm life every day.
There you go.
So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to put this into my wrestling. You know, why go out there and be someone that I'm not? I can go out there and be my actual self.
Right. So, my memory is the worst memory in the world, but I do remember this. You came up through USA Main Event, did you not? That's where you first started your training.
Yes,
tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, I'm not even going to lie. I never even thought I'd really get into wrestling. But after that first show that I'd done, I loved it. I mean, granted, I was sore and I went to the hospital that night, but I ended up, you know what? This is something I want to do. So I went and talked to the owner of the company, sat down and talked to him. We sat down and we talked for a little bit, you know, went over some details. And I told him that I wanted to start training. So he put me in a class and, you know, we just went from there, you know. It was a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
We can say his name. It's no secret to anybody. Chad Scott. You talked to Chad Scott, sat down with Chad Scott, and Chad Scott started training you at USA Main Event. Apparently they're bringing back USA Main Event. Did you see that?
I did. I'm very excited because I honestly don't care what I have going on at the time. Right now, as it always will be, USA Main Event is my home.
There you go.
It's where I got my start. It's, you know, that's where my family started. You know, my wrestling family started at USA Main Event.
Oh, here we go with all the – look at this. It's Brian Nix. Everybody's got to put the D on there, bro. It's all good. I know who you really are. But yeah, I remember when you first came in and you were green and you were a decent wrestler when you first started. I mean, he trained you well. I mean, you came in there with a fire in your gut, you could tell. And you came up with a lot of great people that surrounded you that are out there wrestling today. I mean, because of Chad Scott in that first class of people that he taught, I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, you can't throw a rock in North Carolina without coming across somebody that came off of that USA Main Event roster. And that's cool. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's another person I got to give a lot of credit to because this person taught me a lot, and that is Brian Thrill. Brian Thrill taught me a lot. Brian Thrill is a fantastic student or a teacher and wrestler and an amazing guy through and through.
Tyson said big sexy Brian Nix. Now I like that for a name.
Oh yeah, I like that one. How you doing, Tyson? Give me a letter.
James Roberts said, hey, Brian, ask Scott, want to see my – oh, man, whatever, dude. You go on, man. Look, he has to come on here and do that, don't he? He cannot resist.
Oh, goodness.
I love you, playa. I love you, man. Just know that. I love you. Not in the way that you want me to love you, but I love you. But – so what's going on now? You went to Pennsylvania. I'm not going to ask you the reason because that's none of our business. But you went to Pennsylvania. Did you do any wrestling out there or any training while you were out there?
Well, I didn't really do any shows. No. It was kind of hard to find a ring, but I ended up finding a ring and I was working out. I was training. I was building myself up.
Okay.
I was building my technique, my style. I was perfecting everything because. As I was taught by Chad Scott, we don't do it until we get it right. We do it until we can't get it wrong.
There you go.
So I took that time, and every minute that I could, I was in that ring working out.
Oh, the producer, Chuck Winchester's here. What is up?
What's happening, Chuck Winchester?
The good old producer of #Truth, man. I couldn't do any of this without him. So, so you get there, you find out there's not a ring, you find a ring. Did you go, I'm just wondering how that happened. Did you just go around asking people, hey, you, I need a wrestling ring. I'm a wrestler. Who was you talking to up there to find out?
Well, I had a job up there And a guy found out that I was a professional wrestler. He looked into my stuff. He watched me watched some of my matches and everything. And he's like, "Look, guy," he's like, I know someone who has a wrestling ring. If you're interested, getting there, training, working out." I was like, that would be fantastic. So that was a blessing that come to me. I was very blessed with that.
That's totally cool. Now, we will be talking about Smoky Mountain Wrestling later on in the show. So all you guys that are coming in here looking for Smoky Mountain Wrestling talk, we will get to that later on because Brian Nix and myself and Chuck and a lot of the other people that are coming in here are part of Smoky Mountain, and we'll be talking about that in a little bit. It's an E-Fed if you guys want to know. So, it's different from real wrestling, but we have fun anyway.
It's more than an E-Fed, Scott. It's the evolution of E-Fed.
It's the evolution of E-Fed. You're right. You are 100% correct, even though you got your butt whooped last week. But anyway, I had to do it, man. I had to do it. It's so much fun. So you come back to North Carolina. Again, not going to ask you why. That's your business. But you come back to North Carolina, and how did people take that you had come back? I mean, a lot of people thought you were gone for good.
Yeah, a lot of people thought I was gone for good. There have been a lot of people reach out to me, excited and ecstatic that I'm back.
Of course, we all are, man. I love watching you wrestle, man. I love hanging out with you. You're a fun guy, man. I ain't gonna lie to nobody.
I appreciate it, Scott. This weekend I'm actually making my return to the Carolinas. It's going to be great. It's going to be in Boone, North Carolina. If anybody's interested, it's going to be an amazing show. It's going to be at the Speedway there in Boone.
Going to be working for one of my sponsors, Excalibur Championship Wrestling.
Yes. Yep. And we also have a benefit show on the 6th that I'm going to be there as well.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds really good. I like that. Can't wait. Can't wait for all that.
Me neither.
So who are you fighting? Do you know who you're fighting on this coming up in Boone?
I don't really know. I know that I have a certain person in mind that I would love to have a match with.
Who's that? Tell us.
This person likes to talk a lot of smack, both in and out of the ring, and that person is Playa.
Oh,
so if I can get Playa, that'll be some great payback.
I know Player's still watching. I know he's still watching. So there you go. Jason said XCW. There you go. He knows.
Oh yeah.
Woo gonna kick Mr. Fulp in the face Saturday, then Mr. Proctor next weekend. Okay.
Ooh.
I got that. All right. I ain't got. You're on your own when it comes to Mr. Proctor. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that's who. You better watch what you're saying, brother man. Proctor ain't no joke.
If he don't get you, his dog will. I'm just saying.
Gus, I'm telling you, that's the next heavyweight champion of the world right there.
Don't mess with Gus. James said, "Want to bump 100 more times." I don't know who he's talking to. He must be talking to you because he ain't talking to me. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, there's actually a funny story behind that one. It was great.
Oh, okay. So tell us the story.
Okay, so we were working for Uprise for Zach Zulo. And we ended up being on the card, last minute thing. And apparently Zach Zulo was like, I want you to get him and I don't want him to be able to get back up. So after we do a double down, we're both down. We both, feet up slowly. And he gives me 9 consecutive clotheslines. He'd knock me down, I'd get up, it was another one. Oh my gosh. He knocked the filling out of my tooth.
He wasn't letting you get up.
Every time I'd go to get up, he hit me with another clothesline.
Jason said, hashtag Gus the champ. That is true. That is very true. Tyson said, I'll get to you, Brian. Don't worry, sweetheart.
Ooh, come on. Bring it, Tyson. Bring it, baby.
Oh, my goodness, man. This is awesome. Uh-oh, look who shows up out of nowhere. The Outlaw is in the building.
Outlaw.
Uh-oh. Why are you shaking your head, Outlaw? I want to know.
Well, if anybody's kept up with Excalibur Championship Wrestling, Outlaw and I actually have some unfinished business in the ring.
Uh-oh. So tell us about that. What happened the last time you and Outlaw got into the ring at Excalibur?
Well, it was right about the time it was Outlaw and Jack Morgan. They were having a feud, and then I ended up turning heel on Jack Morgan. I ended up having a match with Jack Morgan the next week. Outlaw and I teamed up. Well, all I know is I'm sitting out there. I'm ringside with Outlaw, and one thing leads to another. I get a backbreaker, followed by a leg drop by Jailbird.
Oh, okay. So you got flight risked. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly.
Thomas Scott says Thomas Grimm is in the house.
Woo! Thomas Grimm.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Now, have you ever had a match against Mr. Grimm?
I have not. I have wanted a match with Thomas Grimm for a long time. Actually, it was probably about 4 months after I started wrestling that I got to meet Thomas Grimm, and ever since I've wanted a match with him.
Right. So you heard that, right, Thomas? I know you heard that. I know you're still listening. He said, "Don't be #butthurt." We're definitely we're gonna have Outlaw on real soon, and he's gonna talk about #butthurt. Oh, my favorite fan, Frank Roof, Scott Larson, blah blah blah. Frank Roof loves me, you guys. He loves everything about me. That's why he cannot miss #truth. Welcome back, Frank. We love you, man. Thomas says you got it when it comes to a match.
Oh, bring it, brother. Bring it. I'm excited. I'm ready. Anytime, any place, man.
Outlaw said, "Careful. He's a master of Akito." Michael King says he don't know you from Adam, but he'll be scouting and evaluating. Michael King is a great manager here in the area, and he is the owner and proprietor of King Enterprises Store, one of our sponsors here at #Truth. So you definitely want to check that place out without a doubt.
I've actually been keeping up with Michael King. I've been keeping my eye on him. Brian Nix doesn't leave a rock unturned.
I heard that. Well, all right. Well, we're gonna come right back talking with Brian Nix. We're gonna hit a promo up right quick, and then we'll be right back to ask him. If you got any questions for Brian Nix, please feel free to put them up on the in the comments, and I will put them up on the screen. We're gonna go right into this. I'm telling you, I'm okay today. English is my first language, everybody. I promise you. We're going to be right back after this quick message, if I can find it, from Retro Toys and Collectibles. We'll be right back.
This is 4-Foot Batman. And 4-Foot Batman knows the home of great collectibles at awesome prices. Retro Toys and Collectibles. Movie memorabilia. Magic the Gathering cards. Wrestling figures. Hot Wheels. The always popular Funko Pops, and much, much more. He knows the Hall of Collectibles is located in downtown Cherryville, North Carolina, at 400 East Main Street. Give them a call today, 980-989-5181. Retro Toys and Collectibles, the heavyweight champion in collecting.
There you go, Retro Toys and Collectibles right there in downtown Cherryville. Let me tell you, we still go there and buy all our collectible stuff. It is a great store. If you've never been there, if you are a wrestling fan, you collect the figures, you collect anything that has to do with wrestling, the man can get it. Cotton, who owns the store, can, if he doesn't have it, he can get it. Trust you me. Funko Pops galore, anything that you collect from any kind of show or anything, if you need it or want it, he can definitely get it for you. Go up there to Cherryville and check him out. All right, we're back with Brian Nix. Let's see. Wow, 7 comments since I went to commercial. Woo-wee, okay. Michael King said there's 2 ways to get my business card, standing or unconscious and bleeding. Ooh, okay.
Well, I tell you this, it'll be standing because no one puts Brian Nix on his tail.
Frank Roof said, Scott Larson, I have a question. Who is this guy anyway? Well, this guy happens to be Brian Nix, and he is a great wrestler from North Carolina. He is a farm boy. He's backwoods. He's farm tough, as they would say, and he'll kick your butt, Frank Roof. I'm just saying. I'll back him. He'll kick your butt. Playa said, yeah, I'm sure Michael King needs a 17th person for King Enterprise.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, Outlaw wants to know how long you've been flipping rocks. Wow, these are some really good questions.
Well, whenever you're working in the field, brother man, you got to turn the rock. So I've been doing it quite a while.
Okay, I got you. Oh, he said the Outlaw left you face down.
Unfortunately, he did.
Okay. And Frank Roof said that don't impress me much. Well, you know, I know why you watch, Frank. You love me. I mean, you probably got posters all over your wall of me. You're probably a stalker. I mean, we know how you are, Frank. We love you, man. I'm telling you. AJ Myers.
Ooh.
Oh, long time no see on hashtag truth, man. Welcome back. Have you ever fought Mr. AJ Myers?
I have.
He might be a little guy, but my goodness, can he wrestle, man?
I'm telling you what, that boy put a hurting on me that I'll never forget.
He's a good one, man, without a doubt. Oh, here we go. Thomas said, I will destroy Brian Nix just like I'm going to do to King Enterprises.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. Brew is in the house. Nix needs to come to the Mafia. The Appalachian Mafia. Nah, you don't want to go to the Mafia because I don't like the Mafia. My boys out of darkness is out there, and we'll take care of the Mafia. Don't worry about that, Nix. You don't want to join them because we're just going to beat the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saving you right now. He knows what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh! So how long have you been wrestling?
Well, I believe it was 2019, so it's going on about almost 3 years now. It's been about 2.5.
Okay. Oh man, here we go. Jack Frost is in the house. He said that was weak. Of course, Jack, watch and see how real people talk about wrestling. Just watch, okay?
See, we can form more than 3 syllables into a sentence, okay?
And we don't get our ass whipped by Peter Pan. I'm just saying. All right, or enough about that, man. But Bruce said Nix is a punk then. Already talking about it. Just because you join him.
Okay.
Jason said the Mafia sucks, Brew. Just saying.
I am gonna have to agree with Jason on that one.
Oh my goodness. Jack's having a good time. All right, Jack. Scott, you gonna be in Boone as AJ Myers is my ex-WW homie. It could be possible. I don't know where I'm gonna be at in the next couple of weeks. We're having car trouble again, so where I'm gonna be is up for grabs at this point. Where and when I'm gonna be able to be to any shows will be up for grabs. Our car that we just got, believe it or not, we're having car trouble with it again, so we're calling the company and getting that taken care of. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about this guy over here, Brian Nix. Yeah. So if you guys got a question, oh man, he had to do that, didn't he? Scott got beat at chess by Brew. Oh man, you're gonna make me cry. Yes, he beat me at chess. I'll let him brag. Chuck Winchester said this is righteous approved. Did you get your ACL fixed there, Mr. Righteous? Just want to know. All right, let's get back to Brian Nix. So, all right, you moved out to Pennsylvania. You got everything straightened out there. You come back to North Carolina. You're getting back into the swing of things, man. Who here in North Carolina that you haven't fought yet would you like to fight? Who would you like to get into the ring with?
Well, there's actually a few guys. Elijah Proctor is one of them. I have absolutely adored watching Elijah Proctor, ever since. Honestly, I think it's been ever since he started. I've always loved how Elijah Proctor is in the ring. I've always wanted to have a match with him. Another person would probably
Go ahead,
have
go
to be Johnny Ryder.
Brew just said Johnny Ryder would beat the farm boy's ass to show him what backwoods is all about. Now that would be farm boy versus farm boy, pretty much. Backwoods versus backwoods. I don't know, man. That'd be a pretty good fight right there.
Oh yeah, I think it would be great.
Oh dang! Frank Roof said I'll knock the green off of Mr. Nix. You'd have to bring some Mr. Clean because that's the only way you're doing it. I'm just saying.
You might want to pack a breakfast, lunch, and supper because that's going to be an all-day job, brother man. All-day job.
I like that. Oh, JC Wolf says, nah, Ben, he couldn't even do that. He can't even do that. Oh, man.
JC, I've been in the ring with you time and time again. I've left you laying on multiple occasions. Don't think I won't do it again, brother.
Oh, boy. Here's another great guy who you love. Tro Renegade said, shut it, Jack.
Oh, my gosh.
They'll bring anybody on hashtag truth, won't they? Oh, God. Thomas Scott wants to know, how's your mom? Uh-oh.
She's doing good, Thomas. She's doing good.
Thomas. No, not on that. You better not be asking for dates on hashtag truth, bro. You better not be doing that. I'm just saying. Oh, dang. James Roberts. Player said Nix's head lice treatment. Oh, man.
Oh, my. Here we go with this again. Goodness gracious.
Hey, he spells it the right way. I'm just saying. He spells it the right way. All right. Oh, my gosh, man. They are giving you. Oh, Tro said he was talking to Jack Frost. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
But anyway. All right, man. So you come here, you get, you're back in with Excalibur Championship Wrestling. Is there any other companies you've been looking at to maybe get into or that you're going out there and checking out?
Well, there is another company that I'm going to be at on September 19th. That's going to be Future Titans of Wrestling. I'll be there. So that'll be my return to Charlotte, North Carolina at Mooney's Lounge.
Mooney's Lounge.
As of right now, I don't think there's many other companies that have really reached out to me.
Okay.
So I'm just keeping my eye out. I'm just keeping my eyes out.
Ben Wolf said that just as you were saying it. And he spelled Nix wrong. Of course he did. Now look at that. If you're going to have wrestlers on your show, Ben, you got to learn how to spell the wrestlers' names, bro. I'm just saying. I love you, Ben, but you got to learn how to spell their names right.
With Ben being as big of a mark, if you will, of this business, you'd think you know how to spell it by now.
Right? I mean, it's not hard. Look at the flea box. I mean the just kidding, bro. I gotta tease you a little bit. It's awesome, man. So how'd you come up with the name Brian Nix? And don't tell me you got it from that box, or I'm gonna laugh till I fall out of the chair, bro.
No. So basically, I wanted to pick a name that was, just very, very basic. Very basic.
Right.
Easy
to remember for fans to remember. Because you got fans like me who can't remember anything.
Right. So I thought that maybe the most classic, the just standard outright plain name would be Brian.
Right.
And I wanted to keep my shoot name in a way. So I came up with Nix.
Instead of Stick. I got you.
Yeah, so actually the funny thing about Nix is the way I spell it with two X's, which, if I'm not mistaken, it's Latin for cease to exist, to get rid of. So my job as Brian Nix is to nix all the guys who aren't worth anything.
Before it gets out of here, you're going to be at Fines Creek at IWC on the 11th also.
Oh, yep. I did forget about that one. That is my bad. Thank you, Chuck.
Oh my God, Jake Jacobs says, "See you Saturday, Scott." Yes, you definitely will. Yes, you will. I will definitely be there. Memorial Cup, yes, of course. I will be playing. As a matter of fact, in 30 seconds, I'll be playing that. So, I don't remember that name.
No, I don't think I don't remember that.
Well, we're going to be right back after this short message from HWA and the Hollyotsko Memorial Cup 6. And if you got any questions for Brian Nix, feel free to put them up. Again, English is my first language, I promise. It's hashtag truth, man. Something's got to go wrong, and tonight it's going to be my voice. So if you got a question for Nick the Stick, Brian Nix, whatever you want to call him this week. No, he's a good guy. Nick the Stick. I keep saying Nick the Stick. Connie, it's your fault. If you got a question here for Brian Nix, please put it in the comments, and I promise if I can read, I'll put it up here. I don't know if I can read. I'm not speaking very well tonight either. But we'll be right back after the short message.
Hello, everybody. Gene Perry here, cordially inviting you all to the 6th Annual Hollyotsko Memorial Cup, which will be September 4th at the Gilkey School Community Center in Rutherford, North Carolina. 8 men will enter into the tournament. Only 1 man can win. Got a great lineup this year. September 4th, doors open at 6:30, bell time is 7. Hope to see you all there. Thank you.
All right, as we are back with Brian Nix, I will get it right this time. From now to the end of the show, I will get it right. We're here with Brian Nix. Oh my gosh, man. I'm just having fun. It's a good night, man. All right, Ben Wolf wants to know, who was your favorite wrestler to ever wrestle?
Well, this is gonna be a tough one. But if I had to choose out of all of the performers that I've had the honor to step in the ring with, it would be Jimmy 2 Times.
Oh, snap. Now I do have to ask you about it. Speaking of Jimmy 2 Times, I have to ask you, have you ever been in the ring with Walmart Wally?
Not against Walmart Wally, but I did tag with him there for a while.
You did tag with him for a while? That's all. I love Walmart Wally. I just had to say, I just had to put that out there. Okay, what? There was another one. Oh, Player wants to know, do you like soup? That's what he wants to know.
I guess it just kind of.
What's your favorite kind of soup?
Well, it'd probably have to be my grandma's. She calls it vegetable soup, but it's got meat in it.
It's called vegetable soup, but it's got meat in it.
That's what she calls it. I'm gonna make me some vegetable soup. It's got hamburger and cube steak in it. I'm like, Grandma, this ain't vegetable soup just because it got vegetables in it.
I'm sorry, that just hit me the wrong way. Oh, Grandma, it's meat. Eat it. Oh God. Michael King said, Mr. Nix, if you need help dealing with some trash, I have a stable with more members than some promotions. Whoa, there you go. Hey, so you got some backup right there.
Yeah.
Kate JC Wolf said, Brian Nix, when are we going to wrestle again?
Brother man, if you can get it booked, I will be more than glad to leave you laying yet again.
Oh, snap. He said that. Ben Wolf, thank you for the great questions, by the way. What is your dream match to have in the Indies? Your dream match?
My dream match. I'd honestly think I'd have to say, just because I've admired this person since day one, it would be Brian Nix versus Thomas Extreme 1-on-1.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. I like that a lot. That is. Ben Wolf said, we will see September 19th. Now he spelled it right. If Brian Nix can wrestle, or all he can do is cut promos. Ooh, snap. I think that was a jab at Smoky Mountain, but we'll get back to Ben on that one.
See, Ben, let me tell you this. You better hope you don't ref my match, because if you do, brother man, you'll see a whole new side of Brian Nix you ain't seen before.
Hashtag stab the ref. We're just saying. Bruce said Michael King is surrounded by too much sausage. He has a sausage party going on. I don't want to know. La, 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 la,
that sounds like a personal problem for him.
Yes, it does. Outlaw says Ben Wolf owes the Outlaw $10. way to put that out there on hashtag truth. I love that. Thank you guys. Thank you for putting all your business out here on my show. I love it. That's right, Tro. You tell them Smoky Mountain Wrestling rules, Jack. Oh my gosh. So Brian Nix, which do you prefer? Do you prefer singles wrestling or tag team wrestling?
Me personally, I don't care. I just am happy as long as I get out there and interact with the crowd in any way I can. And my job, no matter what, is a lot of people think that wrestling is nothing but fake. It's my job to go out there.
Hashtag truth. Don't use the F word on. Say the F word. Don't ever use that word again on hashtag. That word does not exist in the world of wrestling.
Well, there are people who don't believe. People who just don't believe. So every time I step out in a ring, it doesn't matter if it's singles action, tag team action, or if I'm just out there ringside. My job, no matter what, is to make them believe in everything they see and forget all of the bad, even if it's just for a second.
That's it. That's it. That's what wrestling's all about, man. Tell a story, do what you got to do, have a lot of fun, and just cheer the bad guys, cheer the good guys. I'm sorry, not the bad guys. Cheer the good guys, boo the bad guys. That's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. If you look any deeper than that, you should come on hashtag truth and have a talk with me. I'm just saying. Uh-oh. Thomas said, women, lock your man up. Brian Nix is on the loose. Oh, my gosh. They are giving you business, bro. You know what? I look at it this way, Mr. Nix. I look at it this way. If all these guys here weren't doing that, you wouldn't be loved, man. I could just tell you're a loved guy in a locker room, man. Tell me some of the things that you've seen in a locker room, like, ribs or something. Have you ever had a big rib happen to you? Somebody did something to you or anything?
Not really. There's one particular person that every time I'm in a locker room with them, they give me all kind of crap. But I give crap to them right back. And that person's Chris Phoenix.
I love Chris Phoenix.
Yeah, Chris Phoenix is an amazing guy.
He does that thing with his hair where he gets his hair wet and he runs his hands through his hair and he flicks it. He always does it right in my face. I don't know why.
Yeah, every time I'm in a locker, in the back with Chris Phoenix, he's like, Nix, anybody ever tell you you're a fat piece of crap? I'm looking at him like, Chris, did anybody ever tell you your hairline makes you look like an 80-year-old man?
Speaking of hairline, dude, take the hat off for a second. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You got the mohawk. Now, when you go into wrestle, you can't wear the cowboy hat. So how does the mohawk go with Nick the Stick being the badass backwoods guy?
Well, the entire point of the mullet is because, or not the mullet, the mohawk, is because no one's doing it. If
you had a mullet, that would just be beautiful with the cowboy hat. I mean, that would make it perfect.
That's what I'm in the process of doing. I'm gonna cut this all into a mullet.
Okay.
I'm taking it back old school. I'm going back old school with everything.
Okay, I got you. See, I love that. See, now let me ask you this, because we've asked about indie wrestling, old school wrestling. Is there anybody you grew up watching, like in WWE or WCW or any of the other stuff, Smoky Mountain Wrestling or any of the other old school? Is there any old school guy that you looked up to and watched that you kind of mimic your gimmick after? Ooh, look at that. I rhymed.
Well, there are a lot of guys that I looked up to growing up in the business. The biggest one I have to say would be Mick Foley. The one particular match that Mick Foley was in was the Hell in a Cell match against The Undertaker.
I'll argue till my dying day, probably the greatest match in the history of wrestling. I'll argue with anybody. If you watched that match and didn't believe that he was dead, like JR was announcing, you were just stupid. I'm sorry. That dude got pushed, literally shoved off the top of that Hell in a Cell. And Barely. I mean, he barely hit the table. I mean, he almost went into the audience, but he hit the table, man. He did. He landed. It had to hurt.
It was actually that match that made me want to become a professional wrestler. I know it's crazy to hear, but whenever I saw Mick Foley sit up and I saw his tooth at his nose, I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
that is what I want to do with my life.
And then he was talking about, I saw the interview where they were talking to him about it, and he said that when he's in the corner and you see the tooth in his nose, that shot, it looks like he's smiling. But he said what happened was he actually knocked out like 2 or 3 teeth, and he was putting his tongue up there. And when he did that, it looked like he was smiling, but he wasn't really smiling. He was trying to figure out how many teeth he had left. That is so awesome, man. Yes, I watched that match. I've got a video in there of the greatest Hell in the Cell matches. And of course, that match is on it. And I bet I've watched that match probably 15 times.
Oh, yeah. I love to watch that match. That's honestly, like, of anyone ever in the professional wrestling business, Mick Foley is the one I would have to say I look up to the most. And through everything, especially as Nick the Stick, I took a lot of motivation and, ideas that I could come up with from Mick Foley.
Right. Nick Foley, and he had 3 different characters that were all over, which was phenomenal for any wrestler. Sometimes, it took a lot if a wrestler was over with one and then they changed gimmicks. It usually took a lot to get the second gimmick over. He had 3, all of them were over, man. Cactus Jack, Mankind, and Dude Love. All 3 of those characters were over.
Oh yeah, my favorite thing that I've ever seen Mick Foley do, as far as right before a match, he was out there. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was The Rock. I'm not mistaken. He was out there explaining how he couldn't have a match that night, but he had a replacement. And I think it was the Dude Love.
Dude Love. That was when Dude Love first came out, when he first appeared in WWE. And he did. Vince McMahon actually didn't like the character at first.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't like the character at first, and then it grew on him. Then he started liking it. After the crowd popped, and after he probably sold $100,000 worth of merchandise after the first 2 or 3 times he came out, then Vince McMahon started liking him. How it's all about the money. You know that.
Yeah, as long as Vince is making money, Vince is happy.
Yeah, Vince will change his mind about a character really quick if that green starts rolling in. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're having a good old time over here in the comments. I'm just going to let them run with it. There's nothing that they're saying to you. They're having fun with each other over there. So I'm going to let Tro Renegade, Jack, Playa, and all them, and Outlaw and all them guys go at it over there. And we're just going to keep talking. So what is your plan for the next 5 years, Mr. Nix? What is your plan in professional wrestling? Where do you want to be?
Well, honestly, brother man, I don't look that far ahead. I take it as I go. I take it one day at a time. Okay. I will tell you this, though. There are big things coming for Brian Nix next summer. I'm actually going to be out of the country for the months of June and July.
Nice. Tell us about that. Are you going to be wrestling?
Yes.
Oh, please tell. Please tell.
I'm actually going to keep the name of the company under wraps for right now.
Okay.
Just because I like to keep the fans in suspense.
Okay.
I'll let everyone know a little bit closer to time what's going to be happening.
That's cool.
I will tell you that I will be halfway across the world.
So what country? Can you tell me the country at least?
I will be in Japan.
Japan. Nice. Very nice. He said he's going to the UK. You're wrong. It's Japan. Haha. AJ Myers says Myers versus Nix rematch.
Hey, man. Get it booked, brother, man. Anytime, any place. I'm down.
I gotcha. I like it. So what is your new theme music? I've got to know, since you changed over from, the Stick to Nix. What is your new theme music? You said you changed everything, so.
Yeah, I did. I'm actually coming out to a new song that I have found. I doubt you've heard it. but it's more or less a rock country song, like a
Okay.
Southern fried rock, if you will.
Okay. Okay. Well, what is the name of it?
There's not really a name for it yet.
Oh, it's that new, huh?
Yeah, it's that new.
I got you. I got you. Well, I can't wait to hear it, man.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I have no idea what these guys are talking about over here. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to let them keep talking, and me and you will have our interview. If you guys have any more questions for Nick the Stick or Brian Nix, I keep calling you that, bro. Slap me. Next time you see me, you are allowed to slap me, because I'm sorry, but I love the gimmick. I used to love the old gimmick. And I know you're trying to outgrow it, but every time I see you, dude, that's the name that comes to mind, because you were that for what, 2 years?
Almost, yeah. Darn
Yeah.
near. You know,
So,
honestly, like I
very
don't really
hard.
mind people, you know, when they mess up calling me Nick the Stick.
I
I
don't
know a
say-
lot of guys would,
I don't
but
say it in
that
a
just
derogatory way.
means that I did my job as Nick the Stick. I gave
did.
someone that they could remember.
You did, and I don't say it in a derogatory way. I say it in a loving way, not like some of these yahoos over here who are talking in our comments. I say it in a loving way because I love the gimmick. So I'm just saying. And it's hard to get out, especially when my wife talks about you. I was like, I got Brian Nix on hashtag Truth Tonight. Who? Showing the picture. Oh, Nick the Stick. Yeah, there you go. I don't think you're ever gonna outgrow that name, bro. I don't think
I ever will. And you know what? I'll be fine with that. I'm fine with that. You know, because at the end of the day, I done my job as Nick the Stick. I gave people someone they're not gonna forget.
Jack Pasta wants to know how it felt when Outlaw came in and hit you in the back. Okay, we're going to go to a commercial, and we're going to come back because that's going to be our intro into Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and we'll keep 15 minutes to talk about that. So let's go to commercial. We'll be right back after this quick commercial for Excalibur Championship Wrestling.
The unleashing of a force beyond your imagination. The awakening of Excalibur.
There you go. Excalibur Championship Wrestling. Go to their Facebook page, and I will have their poster the next time. They just brought out a new poster, and I forgot to upload it before the show. That is my fault. Excalibur, you can slap me next time you see me too. But yeah, I'm behind. Yeah, play. I said it. I'm behind. But anyway, let's talk about some Smoky Mountain Wrestling. That's what these guys are talking about. You went to ACW where I was at, and a lot of other people were at. And you came in the ring and you did a promo for Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and a certain person came up from behind and beat you with a chair. So tell us about that.
Well, I don't really know much about why that happened. I guess Outlaw is just trying to, you know, make a statement that no one is safe in the Smoky Mountain Wrestling locker room. He can attack at any time, any place, without anyone knowing. Outlaw is a sneaky guy. I've got to give it to him. You know, he's an all-out performer. He's amazing in the ring.
Yes.
But the day comes that Brian Nix and Smoky and Outlaw have a match in singles. It'll be a fight to remember.
Oh, I can't wait for that. Chuck Winchester said Nix is the man. I can never say that together. His work ethic from his days working in Lincoln proves him to be an awesome talent. I couldn't agree more.
Appreciate that.
But you were attacked from behind by Outlaw, who is a new member. Now, Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Tell us what Smoky Mountain Wrestling is. And, you know, I know because I'm part of it. I'm the brain. But in your words, tell us what Smoky Mountain Wrestling is and why people should watch it.
Well, to me, it's more than just an E-Fed. it's more than just the evolution of EFEDs.
Explain what an EFED is.
An EFED is just a company that doesn't really deal with actual shows. All it is just promo based. You go on there, you get promos on a certain person with certain stipulations. If that's a key factor, you go out there and honestly, you just have fun with it.
Yeah, just go out there and you promo, and at the end of it, Smoky Mountain Wrestling is different from all the other EFEDs because we actually put on a show at the end of it. There is actually a wrestling match after the end of all the promoing. Every Monday night, we run a show. It's called the Results Show, and it's an actual. We do sort of a blend between TV and radio where we call a match. Like if Brian Nix is against my character, the Brain. Me and you will promo all week during the week, and at the end of the week on Monday, we will do a match promo against each other, saying what we're going to do to each other, and then sometime Tuesday, the Results Show will come up, and it'll be the actual match that me and you go through, and who wins and who loses, and then we continue the stories.
Yeah, and honestly, like one thing that I really really love about Smoky Mountain Wrestling is not only the fact of we have an actual results show, which is something no one else is doing.
Yes.
It's kind of like a podcast. I could sit there and listen to the Smoky Mountain Wrestling results show for hours on end.
That's our definite commercial right there. Best results show out there, bar none. It's sports entertainment for the mind. You have to envision. It's like a radio show. While Phil McCracken and Craven Moorhead is doing the matches, you have to envision it in your head because you don't have actual video. You have to imagine what they're seeing. So there you go. No, John, I wasn't skipping over your comments. Here we go. Nix versus Matthews.
Hey, man. Don't tempt me with that, okay? Because I will show up on a
Without a doubt, don't tempt me with a good time. But yeah, that's what we do at Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and Nick is Brian Nix is a big part of it. He is definitely a character to watch on there. We have a bunch of them on here. Jack Postel, who plays Jack Frost, is on there. Chuck Winchester's on there. He is El Luchador, the wrestler. It's a fun thing to watch. If you guys are into professional wrestling and you just want a show to have a good time with, watch a bunch of guys. If you are a person out there who's always wanted to be a wrestler, but you're like 600 pounds like me and can't get off your fat butt and do it, and you could promo a little bit and talk, get a hold of one of us and we'll invite you in, and you can start promoing, and maybe you can be a champion on Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Yeah, it would be amazing to have more people in there. To have more of a variation of matches and stuff. It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing.
Without a doubt. I would love to see that, man. The more the merrier. We take EFED to the next level, man. Like I said, we have a results show. We take pride in doing this, and just like a wrestler would going into a wrestling match. So yes, okay.
Man, that's my favorite. That's my favorite thing to watch with El Luchador.
El Luchador.
The wrestler is always a yes, okay.
Yes, okay. We might have to have Chuck come on here at a later time and do that, but that is awesome, man. So what is the difference in I'm going to ask you straight out. Which do you prefer? And I know the answer, but I know they're both fun. But which do you prefer, the EFED or the wrestling?
Me personally, I enjoy the wrestling. Simply because you get to actually interact with the crowd more physically.
Yeah.
And that's something I love. That's something I love. That's something that I'm gonna do until the day that I can't.
Right. The wrestling part is probably more fun, but it's a lot less taxing on your body.
Yeah. I will give you that. It's
right. And it's fun to watch how some of these guys. I mean, there are guys out there, Smoky Mountain Wrestling and other EFEDs. I'm not gonna, just exclude everybody else, but there are some pretty cool promo people out there who can cut an amazing promo. It's almost like a mini movie.
Yeah. I've watched some guys, and it's just like, wow. That promo was only like 3.5 minutes long, but gosh, I just sat there and it's like I watched this guy like live his life. It's
How
like
many,
a
how
life
many
story.
times have you watched a promo 2 or 3 times?
Oh goodness,
Right.
Honestly, I think there's more promos that I've watched multiple times than there's promos I've only watched once.
Right. It's definitely a lot of fun, without a doubt, man. But we're going to get back to the wrestling side of things before we end this. We got 5 minutes left in the show. Again, if you guys have a question for Brian Nix, please feel free. And I said your name right that time. Please feel free to ask a question. We got 5 minutes left. Anything you want to ask Brian Nix, that's in wrestling. I will make that point because we got a lot of jokesters in the comment room right now. As long as it's wrestling based, I will put it up. Without a doubt. So, Brian, is there anybody out there with a belt that you got your eye on that you want to take their belt from them?
Well, I've been out of the Carolinas for a little while now.
Okay.
So I've not really watched a lot of shows because I've been working on myself a lot.
Okay.
So I'm not really up to date with who's got what anymore. But I will say this: if Elijah Proctor is the holder of a championship, then that's what I want.
Okay. I got you. Oh, man, I'm telling you, I can't wait to see that. I just can't wait to see that. He is a spectacular wrestler. You are a great. You're what kind of wrestler would you call yourself?
I'm more of like, I guess I'd say I'm more of a grounder. I'm a powerhouse. I was taught how to do some of the flippity, but it doesn't make sense for a guy my size to do so.
Jason said you can't handle Elijah Proctor.
Maybe not. I'm not one to sit there. I've never been in a ring with Elijah Proctor one-on-one. So I don't really know. I've seen what he's capable of. I've not felt it. And, well, let's just say Brian Nix has a very high pain tolerance, and Brian Nix will fight till the very end.
There you go. That's it, without a doubt, man. So we're at the part of the show now where you tell everyone, promoters, fans, and everybody where we can find you on social media, where we can get a hold of you, or where we can watch Brian Nix wrestle. So it's all you, man.
All right. So if you are interested in any booking information on if you want to book me or anything, you can hit me up on Brian Nix on Facebook. I'm actually in the process of making a new Instagram that'll be at Brian Nix Wrestling on Instagram. Twitter, I don't really deal with Twitter. I just don't like the format. But Brian Nix Wrestling on Instagram and Brian Nix on Facebook.
There you go. So where are some of the wrestling shows we can see you at soon?
Excalibur Championship Wrestling in Boone. There's going to be Future Titans of Wrestling in Charlotte. There's going to be what's that say?
IWC and Fine Creek. You keep forgetting about that one.
Yeah, I was about to say it. I was trying to think of the name. It was IWC. Yeah, up in Fine Creek. And there's actually going to be a benefit show in Lincolnton, North Carolina, on September the 24th. We are raising money to help a family that's well known in Lincolnton. A guy passed away last night, so I got a bunch of guys. We're going to put together a benefit show to help raise money for his family.
Okay, I got you. I have to say this. Missy Childers just said hello, Scott. Missy, please tell Mr. Thunder Anderson that I would like to speak with him. Tell him to get a hold of Scott Larson. I want him on #Truth. I just had to put that out while I had her attention. Thank you. All right, there we go. But man, that is a lot. That is awesome. There we go. But yeah, I cannot wait to see you in action, bro. It's always a good time. I can't wait. I'm going to get a hold of some people. I'm going to see if I can't make that Elijah Proctor and Brian Nix happen.
Ooh, heck yeah.
We got 4 companies down here. One of these companies should be able to throw together a Brian Nix and Elijah Proctor match. I mean,
oh, yeah. That would be amazing. That would be a dream come true.
Thank you very much, Missy. I love you. But yeah, it's great without a doubt, man. So I'm going to give you the next 30 seconds to tell anybody out there anything you want to tell them, whether it's Smoky Mountain Wrestling, whether it's real wrestling. I don't care what it is. It's all you, man. Hit it.
Well, I'll tell you this. At the end of the day, wrestling, whether it's actual wrestling or e-fed, it's a fun time for everybody. We do everything we can to make the fans happy, no matter if it's physical or if it's just audio, if it's audio based. We do everything we can to make you guys happy, no matter what.
Oh, just at the last second he comes in. Dream come true? Better wake up. Oh, Elijah Proctor. Welcome to Hashtag Truth, brother. Wow.
Ooh.
Just got in time because I was just about to close the show. Elijah, get a hold of me. I'd love to have you on Hashtag Truth again. He's been on before, but I'd love to have him on again. He was the at one time the champion at Titan. He was the Titan heavyweight champion. So he is definitely worth the time. Elijah Proctor said, dream come true. You better wake up. But yeah, Brian Nix, man, I am so happy that you came on Hashtag Truth, bro. Come back anytime. Always an open door for you. And I promise I'll get your name right from now on, even though my wife calls you by your old name. I'm going to have to get her changed over, man. I'm going to work on her. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I'm going to work on her. And we'll get Brian Nix in her head, all right? Well, all right. Brian Nix is coming to a show near you, Excalibur Championship Wrestling, IWC, and many others. He is not one to be reckoned with because he is farm strong, and that is the Hashtag Truth. We will see you guys on our next show. Can't wait to see you. You guys have a great night.